I have to say that this was really an inspirational escape room the last days. I think we really came to some points that are, the ones that are really making the firm ground for our further fantastic future. I would point out just a few important facts that I was following through all the presentations, and I think that they are key takeaways to think about when we leave this beautiful British library. First is trustful and useful AI solutions in cultural heritage institutions. Second is ethical. Third is responsible. Then we have, of course, reliable, sustainable, and what is, I think, most important is positive change. And I think all of us, each individual in this room will go home as a positive ambassador of change. And there's no one else better that represents the positive ambassadorship of change than Mike Keller from Stanford, and I would like to invite him on the stage to say a few words of what happened in the last days and where we're moving forward. Please, Mike, thank you.
So I can read my own script here. Much of what I want to say is, I hope, comforting to you. The first thing is that AI is really in its infancy. We've been playing with this for a little bit of time, maybe since 2017 as a community, and there was a lot of work that was done decades ago, but really it's just coming into its own. Secondly, I regard AI as an intermediary. It's not the real stuff. It could lead to the real stuff. It may absorb and understand at some level the real stuff, but it really is an intermediary, similar to our catalogs, our finding aids, our bibliographies, our indices. There are $8 billion companies now trying to sell us AI, whether it's smoke or mirrors, I'm not sure. I'm not at all sure it's going to be much used in my place, other than to bring out the worst in some and the best in others. I do think that AI as an analytical tool could be really useful. If it could make quantities of images, AV objects, data and data sets, maps and geospatial objects, texts, archives, metadata aggregations, accessible and preservable. Very important stuff. It needs to be integrated with lots of other systems. Also, we could imagine that we're in a new age of what we might call encyclopedists, much as the middle 18th century was. And I think that that's rather an important concept only if we insist that these AI monsters and some of the smaller infants show their sources, that they cite their sources, much as we cite our sources in the academy. It's very important for progress. How else would we check on one another? How else would we understand how these ideas develop and promulgate? I think it's very important for us to realize as well that deep reading by actual humans is fundamental. And AI can be helpful in leading people to deeper thoughts, but it's not deeper thinking by humans. And humans will recognize contexts and contacts and links that the AI engine won't. I'm very familiar with what our STEM discipline professors engage in with their lab rats at Stanford. And they routinely, every other week or so, look at recent articles and what they regard as their subject, their topic. And what they're looking for outside of their topic are new possible links that lead to helpful processes of experimentation and research. So I think deep reading is important. I think deep interpretation is very important. Thank you, Dorothy. I think that deep understanding, again, thank you, Dorothy, is fundamental. And we owe it to everyone on the planet. Deep respect is very important for everyone on this planet. I have a saying which my colleagues from Stanford will recognize that for you all. Every morning I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and I say, self, only the paranoid survive. We're in that kind of an age right now. It's a difficult time, but that's an important consideration. So as we close out this conference, I have the following to say to all of you. This has been another great Fantastic Futures conference. The projects and proposals and insights that have been presented are really quite important in various ways. Not all consistent, but very important. I think they are also inspirations for other colleagues and for colleague institutions to undertake new projects, new possibilities, and to insist on some standards for this developing, I don't want to say industry, but this developing mode of discovery. I think it's been phenomenal. I think you've all been fantastic. Thank you very much.
Because we all are so fantastic, we joined our forces and we signed an amazing document. It happened on the day of workshops, and some of you already attended that event also. I would like to point out that the work that is done and visible here today is not just from this year. It's been developing since 2018 by a group of excellent experts and very devoted individuals who are, I think, all of them with us, I think, today. And what is more, there have been a lot of investment of all the institutions engaged in throughout the years in the development of AI4LAM. But of course, today we are bigger and we're growing stronger. So 46 institutions signed a memorandum of understanding to build on more sustainable path for AI4LAM. And I'm really proud to be here and represent AI4LAM for all of other institutions that will also want to join us on the same and future-oriented path. So thank you again, all of you, and thank you also for the ones that will also consider to join us, because I think it's important that we grow and that we make a change. Before we go further, I would also like to express really big gratitude to all the members of the British Library staff, because without them, this would not happen. So I would kindly ask you for a huge applause. Not to be too long, I would now ask this is the picture of the signing ceremony. I would also like to ask Abby to join me on stage and give some further announcements. One of that announcement is also related to the new webpage and new working groups that we'll be forming in the future months. So please stay tuned. And Abby, please.
Okay.
You have something.
Yeah. Okay, so next year, Fantastic Futures 26. Here, we have other people. Will be in Washington, D.C. So the Library of Congress, the National Gallery, and Smithsonian, we're all going to co-host across our institutions. So it's going to be a full week, 5 days of running around D.C. And we're planning to hear about what you all are doing next. So you're all really welcome to come, and you're all invited, and we would love to see you there and get the updates on everything you're working on, because it's true. We've learned so much from all this incredible content, all the program that the British Library put together, and we just want to do exactly what you all have done, because it's been flawless, and we really can't wait to see you all in DC next year. And we will be sending out a feedback form about this event that will really directly lead into some of our planning for next year. So please look out for that, with other kind of information that's going to be sent right after and throughout. So Okay, great. I think we're done. Yeah, okay.
And finally, I'd just like to add my thanks to everyone who's come and presented. I'd like to particularly thank Miriam Rasitsa, who co-organised the conference with me, and also all of these people from British Library on the stage. And of course, all of the wonderful AV staff up in the booth and on the cameras, and as was mentioned earlier, our live transcribers and all the catering staff here in the conference. So, thank you. And now we have to throw you out because we have an evening event here in the library. We may be retiring to a local hostelry if anyone wants a drink. Thank you very much.